All right, let's talk about a workplace phenomenon that I'm pretty sure you're going to recognize. In today's explainer, we are diving deep into the productivity influencer.
Yeah, does this person look a little familiar? I'm willing to bet they do. We've all encountered one in our professional lives, right? So let's actually break down who this person is and, more importantly, the impact they have on everyone else.
First up, let's treat this like a little nature documentary. We're starting our observation of a familiar species right there in its natural habitat, the modern office. We're here to identify a character that many of us know all too well. Oh, you know the one. The person who is typing like the fate of the world hangs in the balance, while the rest of us are just trying to get our first coffee down. They just operate on a completely different frequency, where every single task is a mission of critical importance.
Okay, section 2, identifying characteristics. So how do you spot one of these specimens out in the wild? Well, there are a few key behaviors to look for. Think of it like a little field guide or maybe a diagnostic checklist. So these behaviors, they form a really distinct pattern. They're not just early to the meeting, they're like hyper-prepared. They don't just listen, they document every single word like it's testimony for a congressional hearing. And maybe the most important one, they don't just finish their work. Oh no, they make absolutely sure everyone knows they finished it.
And this, of course, prompts a very specific, very immediate internal monologue from their colleagues. That proud announcement, "Hey guys, just finished that task early," is met with this silent, collective thought. Bro, who asked? Seriously, why are you telling us this? It's a perfect blend of confusion and pure irritation.
And this, right here, this gets to the absolute core of the disconnect. The overachiever sees a high-stakes, mission-critical briefing. Everyone else, we just see a weekly update. Relax, champ. Their perceived importance is so wildly out of sync with reality, and that's exactly where the friction begins.
Which brings us to section 3, the ripple effect. See, this isn't just about one person's weirdly intense work habits. Their actions create these ripples that spread across the entire office ecosystem. And believe me, that's where the real problems start.
So here's the real problem. Their proactivity doesn't exist in a vacuum. It becomes your problem. It completely recalibrates the expectations for the whole team, leading directly to a heavier workload and more stress for you. Now, it's worth asking why they do it. It's almost never about malice. It usually comes from a place of deep insecurity, a desperate need for validation, or maybe just a misguided belief that this is what ambition is supposed to look like.
Let's just look at the direct cause and effect here. The overachiever shouts, "I finished the task early." And what happens to you? Suddenly, the deadline for everyone moves up. The boss praises their initiative, saying, "See how proactive Rohan is?" And the reward? Well, you get handed a stack of 10 more files because that's the new baseline for being proactive. Their performance directly inflates your workload.
And this is the result. It's that simmering frustration of being measured against a standard that feels less human and more like a machine. It's that feeling of wanting to tell your boss, "Sir, please stop comparing me to a human printer. You just have no desire or ability to match that pace." This all brings us to section 4, the official classification. We've seen the behavior, we've analyzed the impact. Now it's finally time to give this phenomenon its proper name. So think about it like this. On one side, you have a regular employee. What do? Well, they do their job. Simple. But on the other side, you have this new archetype, the productivity influencer. And what do? They create expectations that your soul simply cannot meet.
And here we have it, the official definition, a productivity influencer. That key phrase right there, performs productivity for an audience. That's everything. It's not just about being productive, it's about being seen as productive. And that performance can change the entire work environment, almost always for the worse. Finally, we've reached our final diagnosis. We've identified this person, we've defined them. But for our last step, we're going to turn the analytical lens away from our colleagues and maybe point it inward at ourselves. So, after looking at the checklist, the behaviors, the impact on everyone else, does any of it feel a little too familiar? It's a question worth asking yourself. Are you the productivity influencer? Because let's be honest, every office has one. And sometimes it just might be you.